Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shauna from Created and Made, and today I'm going to show you guys how I took an old piece of scrapbook paper and a beautiful stencil from a colorfullifedesigns.com and created these really adorable, functional, useful, beautiful journal covers, traveler's notebook style. Now, I am one of the guest designers for A Colorful Life Designs in the month of January. So you're going to see me using their wonderful stencils in several projects during this month. So I will leave a link in the description to where you can get some of these beautiful stencils, and I'm going to show you how I made these covers. Fun stuff ahead. Stay tuned. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in. I started off with a really old pad of scrapbook paper that I had, and it had a really cool sort of fabricy denim page in there that I thought would go really well with the technique I was trying to develop, right? So I got out this splatted grid stencil that I received from A Colorful Life Designs, and I love designs like this, right? Like this imperfect sort of geometric but messy. Like that's like my favorite kind of pattern to have on a stencil. Now I'm just going right over the top of this denim scrapbook paper and with some opaque white modeling paste by Josie Lewis. I like this because it's creamy and it's easy to work with, but you can use any brand of modeling paste just as long as it's opaque white. That's what we want to have with this particular technique that I'm going to show you. So I had room to do two of these the modeling paste on this one sheet of scrapbook paper. So I decided to make two journals because I had the space for two of the stencil design. So you're going to let the modeling paste dry and then trim out your journal covers. Now I am going over the top with this really vibrant, this is one of my favorite sprays. I have several of the sprays at Ding & Wakely, I have the Tim Holtz, but I just love the Dylusions ink sprays. They're so vibrant, they're so easy to work with, and I have three lovely colors there. And then I'm going to do three more in sort of a cooler tones here. I have no idea why my camera decided to be super zoomed in on this part. But anyway, I'm going in with my light green, my medium green, and then a rich sort of turquoise, turquoisey, turquoise color there. And so what you want to do is just let all of that ink dry, and then we're going to get to work and making our covers. Now I'm going to round the corners, which doesn't work particularly well with this fabric sort of material, but you can get a good impression of where the rounded corners are supposed to be, and then cut it out with scissors as you saw me do there. And what I need here, what I'm doing here is marking the center of the journal because I'm going to punch out some holes to put some eyelets with my Crop-A-Dial from We Are Memory Keepers. Now I want to know where the center of the booklet, the journal cover, is going to be, obviously, so that I can put the eyelets in the proper location. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take this piece of elastic and I'm going to insert it with the eyelets so that you can sort of, put journals in and out. And this is sort of a journal cover, so you can use this elastic to change out the journals whenever it tickles your fancy, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm putting the elastic through the hole. Now I'm adding some super glue here because I feel like it just makes that hold a little bit better. You don't want the elastic to be able to pull out, but as long as you have your eyelet setter on the appropriate dimensions and it sets cleanly, meaning it has a nice tight setting, the elastic really shouldn't pull out. I'm being overly cautious here. So you want to make sure your elastic is going downward, right? You don't want it at the top of the eyelet because then it would be sort of difficult to make it go in the right direction. You want the elastic going downward, and you want to go ahead and put it in onto the other side and do the same thing. And I'm going to put my eyelet in, and I'm going to leave a bit of slack in the elastic, not too much, but not, you don't want it to be pulled tight either, because you want to be able to get your booklets or your journals in and out with ease, right? So the amount of slack I have there is good. Like, it's not too much, not too little, and it ended up working out fine. So on the other side, you just want to trim off this bit of elastic really close to the eyelet, and the inside of this elastic was white, so I actually just took a Sharpie and made it black so it didn't stick out quite so much. Little details, right? So now we have our journal cover ready, and I'm going to do a closure. Now, this little bit of the denim scrapbook paper was left over, and I just trimmed off a piece that was 7/8 of an inch, right? It's 7/8 of an inch by 12 inches at this point. I have a flat neodymium magnet that I am going to place onto the denim scrap paper. Like, I'm using my super glue. I'm just going to stick this magnet right down to the back of this denim. It's paper backed denim, right? I'm going to stick it right down to that, and then I'm just going to fold it over so that it's hidden. It's a really, really super easy way to make a magnetic closure. Like, this ends up looking and functioning really well, and it's so easy to do. Now, you just fold it over, and you want to press it down pretty good and make sure that the magnet is all enclosed and encased, and give it a good squeeze, a good push, and then you're going to let it dry. Now, the easiest way to put the other side of the magnet on, and I'm going to show you, you want to figure out where you want to place the closure. Now, with this really wonderful stencil, it's really easy because it has, it's a grid. So I just counted 5 in, and that's where the end of the magnetic closure is going to be. So on the back side, I'm just going to stick the other magnet piece, and voila, I have my placement. It's super easy, right? And now to cover the back of that second magnet, I'm just going to make a really simple pocket. Like, you don't have to do this step. You can just stick a sticker over the magnet, or you don't have to cover it at all because it's going to be glued down. But I just want to make a simple pocket and use that to cover it. And you can decorate this pocket. Obviously, I made it white, but it can be decorated, and it probably is going to be once I really, finish things off. But or you can cut this pocket out of a gel printed paper or another piece of scrapbook paper. It doesn't have to be this plain, sort of boring white. I just wanted to show you that you can cover up this magnet and still add some function to the journal cover. Now, I've obviously just been yakety-yakking. I haven't been explaining what I've been doing, but you should have seen on the screen the places where I scored to sort of get my pocket to turn out the size that I needed it to be. I didn't quite cut off enough of the score line here, so I'm just going in. I'm going to trim that off and then close it right on up. I have a very simple, very quick and easy pocket. I'm going to round the corners so it kind of looks, like everything else, and I'm going to stick this down. Now, I'm going to go back likely, like I said, and add some decoration to it because it's just kind of boring and ugly at this point. But all we're trying to do here is get that magnet covered, and also, give us a nice place to add some tags or some ephemera when we really get to decorating the inside of our journal cover. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down, and there you have it. Super duper easy magnetic closure that looks really good too. Now, on the back side, I'm just going to count in 5 spaces like I did on the front and add some hot glue. And I'm going to fold over the rest of that piece of denim. Now, you want to leave a little slack in it because you want to be able to add, something into the journal without it being too tight. You want to be able to give it some space to expand. Let that dry, and here we have it. I did the second one off camera, obviously. But I'm just going to slide a little journal in to show you how this works. Now, you want to keep in mind the size of the inserts that you have when you make these. I had appropriately sized inserts, but if yours are bigger or smaller, then you want to keep that in mind when you make the journal, if you make it. Now, on this one, I had sort of a junk journal style inserts, super fun, and there you go. Now, I really enjoyed making these. The stencils worked really well. They were able to take the paste really well, and I once again, I love this sort of messy grid design. Now there's a close-up, and voila, there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and leave a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you want to check out the stencil designs that you've seen today, visit colorfullifedesigns.com. I'll leave a link in the description. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.